Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. On this 10.29.2023, we have a Sunday morning Fireman Rich with guest stars 10.29.2023. Streaming together now. That's what they call it instead of guest stars, but I'm still going to use the guest stars. I like that in the title because that's see who we can get to come up if anybody is here as far as that goes. But I am Rich Roberts. Excuse me, Fireman Rich here on Twitch, as well as Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram Threads. Ooh, that's interesting. We're dropping frames, huh? Sunday. We didn't drop frames at all yesterday. I got sidetracked here, so I'm looking at the squirrel. Okay. We're back in the green. But Instagram thread, Truth Social, Instagram Threads, and Twitter/X, and also over there on Facebook, my public Facebook, The Real Fireman Rich. Whatever I post is across all three. Just posting out this broadcast here. But we're on. I don't normally broadcast Sunday morning, but I felt like coming up here. I had a cup of coffee. I'm on my second cup of coffee. And like I said, did some broadcasting yesterday, and I was in the green for an hour and a half yesterday doing Lord of the Rings online. It popped in the red, so that means there's something going on. We lost 1.6% drop frames, so that's the internet. I'm getting on track of the personalities, I guess you could say, the personalities. But we are here, and be like a regular broadcast. I do Monday. I normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the morning Twitch coffee broadcast. It's been I'm comfortable to say it's about 6:45 now. I wake up at about maybe 3:45, so it takes me an hour to get ready now and stuff. I sort of simmered down. I'm retired I'm retired from the Air Force. I'm also officially retired here 6 months, so I'm enjoying retirement immensely. It's every day is something new, and life is good as far as that goes. I can honestly say that. I'm knock on wood, and thank you to the man upstairs there as far as that goes. And let me check the audio here. And you can see I got a haircut too. I got a haircut yesterday. That was another good thing yesterday. Let me check the audio here as far as that goes. So pictures look stellar. We're at 720p, 60 frames per second. How's our audio? Yep. And you know something? I could do something here right now because this is sort of a scaled down. I've got my outline, but we're gonna do something else here on the big screen. And I gotta test this out. So this is a new test, okay? I gotta move it over to the Roku, and then on the Roku, we're gonna go up. There's a show I'm watching right now, Kim's Convenience. Kim's Convenience on Netflix, and we just started watching this Life on Our Planet on Netflix. But that's what I'm watching on Netflix. Let's see. We're gonna go to this. And this is T-Walk, and T-Walk is what it is a version of, I gotta make sure I got the volume off, so let's see. Let me turn the volume down low. This is Twitch right here. I got Twitch on the big screen on the Roku. And let's see, over here we got Ted Hicks, we got Prime Video. Hey, there's me. We got Mulu, we got Jasmine, we got, Nonsensical Nonsense. We have the new kid on the block who's old, Michael Bathurst. I haven't watched him yet. I plugged him in though. We got Tony D. We got the Bushka, and we got NASA, of course. But I want to go up to, and there we are. Let's see how we look on the big screen. Oh, we got a commercial. I plug it in, we got a commercial running. Are commercials running? Ad starts in 4 minutes, but oh, this is the initial commercial. I'm watching my own commercial. God. I thought they did. If you're the broadcaster, they just disconnect that. What's going on there, Twitch? Oh, there we are. There we are. We're up on the big screen there. Okay? We're gonna leave that there. Hang on, I got a sneeze coming. Woo! Excuse me. Excuse me. I can't wait to stream roll Tony D about his take on this week's NFL games. Who the hell is that? Who do we got in the chat? Oh, Captain Rehab. Hey. Yeah, I wanted to come on here just before Tony's broadcast. We have Captain Rehab. Thank you. Good morning. And I can't wait to stream Tony. You know, that's the thing. I got to look at the charts. I got to make sure I got the charts. I updated the charts and the picks for this week. The only pick I didn't get is from our good friend Tim Fan, 40. I don't know where he's at. He's been scarce. Captain Rehab, lots of laughs. Captain Rehab, someone I knew from back in that previous platform, Haps. Good morning, Captain Rehab. Glad to have you here, and your outlooks on things and stuff like that. You're joking. You always bring as far as that goes. So, and I just noticed you're in the chat right here on the side too. So that's something new. You can see my big ugly lug up on the big screen. So we're gonna leave that up there for right now because it's a capability I have. I do have. Let me put this over here. I do have an extra screen over here, and I guess I don't. This screen is primarily for sound. So if I don't use it, I go back to the stream manager. Bleed Green, LFG, Eagles. Yeah, Eagles. I picked the Eagles. I got the Eagles. I got the Giants over the Jets, though. I didn't pick that green. I'm true to the Giants, I guess. But Tony D, for those people watching the replay, does the broadcast right around 10:30. I think he's about finished with his real world stuff. He's been moving and relocating, so he's been taking care of some stuff. But Tony D, a brother, veteran, and good online friend, there he is. He's going to be broadcasting today at 10:30, I believe. So, and that's his handle right there. And he graciously invites me up every week. I don't know nothing about football. I just pick the teams. I love watching the football, but Giants will get another win this week. We'll see. That's going to be a game. I'm not sure. I think that's a late game. I think that's a four something game. But I don't really want to talk too much about football because that's Tony's gig and stuff like that. We can keep it general as far as the football goes. Tony does a really good job covering him, and he has me up on his panel and a cast of others in some cases that sort of steamroll the broadcast. No, I'm only kidding there. But we are getting our day started here in the southern tier of upstate New York. We're currently this morning. We do have some rain out there. It is raining out. But it's about 45 degrees Celsius as far as that goes. Let's see. Now I can see can I see the chat in this thing? Let's see. Okay, there's the chat. Okay. So I can see the chat. Okay. I'm just looking at the what used to be it is the guest stars backstage page. Did we get another commercial? What the frick's going on there? I see that. But the guest star, it's not called guest stars anymore. It's called streaming together. It says instead of start guest stars on the top, it says start streaming together. And let's see. Yeah, we do. Well, we have the virtual cam. If I turn it off, we won't have the virtual cam. So. And the ads will end in 45 seconds. So there is some. And let's see, our Drop frames is back down to zero point 0.5, so, and we're in the green. Okay. But we're at 45 degrees Celsius, or 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We don't want to be 45 degrees. We'd be frying our asses off here. 45 degrees Fahrenheit at 75 or 7.2 degrees Celsius. Currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And our world times and temperatures as I speak in Honolulu, Hawaii at 2:39 a.m. Clear skies. Lots of let's see. Yeah, let's discuss Tony's D instead now. Just kidding. I know you are, Rehab. Honolulu, clear sky, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, Southern Tier Brewing Company. They put out a good brew. Very good beer. I mean, they have, I can't think of the name. This is a couple years back. We were at the Food and Fire when I was still working. We went there as a group from work. And there was this one beer. They actually, I was sitting at the bar. They were getting me a draft, and it was a last. So I got that glass of beer for free. But then they said, well, we got this new brand from Southern Tier Brewing Company, and this beer, I'll tell you, Captain Rehab, it was better than Guinness. And Guinness is good. Can you look up the temperature? Well, you can. Just put it in your Google weather. I'm just sticking to my format here. I'm going over the world times and temperatures. We have Phoenix, Arizona. We have at 5:41, clear sky, 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 7:41 a.m. It's 46 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City at 8:41 a.m. Let's see, raining. It's raining here. 57 degrees Fahrenheit. You know something, Captain Rehab? Probably down there in Pennsylvania. I'd be surprised that it's right around the same temperature here. I'm along the New York Pennsylvania border, so I'm going to say it's right in that realm. And we do have some rain going on here in the southern tier of upstate New York. So 57 down in New York City. They're always a little bit warmer down there. The jungle, as I call it, across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to Cork, Ireland. It's 12:41 p.m. Cloudy skies, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. Milan, Italy at 1:41 p.m. in the afternoon currently. Cloudy skies, 61. In New Delhi, it's raining in New Delhi also, 6:12 p.m. Early evening there, late afternoon, late afternoon. I don't know, 6 o'clock. After 6 o'clock, you could say that's early evening, I guess. 82 degrees Fahrenheit. In Mumbai, India at 6:12 p.m. Clear skies, 88 degrees. Kuala Lumpur, it's been thunderstorms and raining all this week all last week and today in Kuala Lumpur. Thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur at 8:42 p.m. in the evening, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. In Tokyo, Japan at 9:42 p.m. Clear skies, 61 degrees. Down in Australia, Melbourne, Australia, 11:42 p.m. in the evening. They're ending their day. 57 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies. Clear skies, though, in Sydney at 11:42, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And Captain Rehab, may be raining and cool in India, but at least it's nice and comfortable inside of all the call centers. Yeah. You know, the thing is, Captain Rehab, since I retired, I've had to call up several places before I retired and all that. It seems, you know, the thing is, I ended up, I had to call, because I used to work at IBM for 9 years, so I had to go over and I was vested and I had a pension coming from them. I have a little bit of a pension. I had a little bit of a pension coming from them, which surprised me. And I had to call them, and I ended up getting a call center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, for IBM. I talked to this lady, and I come from an IBM family. My father worked for IBM for 30 years. My uncle worked for 30 years. I have cousins that worked in IBM. My cousin John, he's the older of my cousins. He was actually the IBM, the actual IBM Corporation librarian. He used to tell me, I remember him telling me when I got out of the service and I was giving him a call there and stuff, and he says, yeah, I finally got promoted And well, no, I was talking to my uncle, his father, my uncle Jerry. I told my uncle Jerry, I was going to say, yeah, I'm working at IBM. He says, if you have any problems, you let your cousin John know because he's right down the road from Lou. God, what was his name? He was right down. He had an office right down from the CEO, being the IBM librarian. And I remember talking to him right after that. He told me that he goes, "You wouldn't believe it, Richie. They want me to spend $1 billion in this next year just buying stuff across the board to put on the shelves for later use and stuff like that." But he's retired now too, as far as that goes. But the call centers, though, I haven't had any. We get these phone calls that come into uh, our house here, and we have a, if you're going to call me, you're going to get an answering machine, and if we don't recognize, if you don't start leaving a message and you explain who you are, we're not going to pick up. We just let the answer machine, and we get these, we're getting less and less robocalls, and uh, and we don't get, because majority of those robocall, those the telemarketer, it's like Captain Rehab. They're probably sitting over there in a call center in India, or over there. What's the other place? The Philippines. They have call centers over the Philippines. Because I have talked to a Philippine call center years back. I think when there's, I don't know. Do I prefer Philippines or the Indian? It depends. If they have the strong Indian accent. But then again, I've called down and I've called motor vehicle to take care of a ticket out of New York City's years back, right? And I'm talking to this young lady that had a strong New York City accent, and it's like, what country? I'm saying to myself, what country is this person from? She born and grew up in New York, and my father had that accent because he was born in New York, but he got out of New York City and lost a little bit of it. So let's see here. What do we got next? I did post a thought for the day. Let's go to the thought for the day. Our thought for the day is um, let's see. What's our thought for the day? Our broadcast is stable at 33, 34 kbs and 60 frames per second. I'm almost tempted to go to 1080p, but I think this. I had the broadcast yesterday for Lord of the Rings, and it was just outstanding. We had Lore, who was an individual over there in Norway that was chatting away. We got an hour and a half, and then I would have gone over 2 hours, but I had to go pick up. We had some New York style pizza from Mario's Pizza. You can look that one up, Captain Rehab, right here in Owego, New York. Mario's Pizza, best New York style pizza. Oh my God, it was good. We had two big cheese pizza pies last night, and they are good. I might be having a slice for leftover lunch today. Our thought for today comes from a gentleman who's no stranger. I know it would have been interesting meeting this guy. Mario's. Did it come up with? No, no. This is the Mario's that does the pizza. I'm not talking about Mario the plumber. Okay, Mario and Luigi, they're the plumber. We're talking about Mario's, the pizza place. They got a good. They got it's a family owned place. It just, the pizza is to die for. I love the pizza. It's one of the best pizzerias I think in the southern tier here, and their cheese New York style is like you're walking down New York City and stuff like that. Ralph Waldo Emerson is the gentleman that we're going to be quoting, taking a quote for our thought for the day, and we've had him before. He's he's an American essayist. Is And he went by his middle name. Waldo was an American essay lecturist, philosopher, abolitionist, and poet. I know him. I met him. I knew of him, but when I was taking, I always like to mention when I talk about being a poet. Mario's did it. Okay, we went that comment. When I took English Lit 101, 102 through the University of Maryland with Dr. Sapita. And Dr. Sapita, God bless her, she's freaking great. I really acquired a new awareness of poetry. Ralph Waldo Emerson is my uncle's cousin, 6 times removed. Really? Really? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, he lives up there. He lived up there in Boston, Mass. He was born in Boston, Mass, and passed away down in Concord, Mass, where I know I lived up in the Concord. I was at Hanscom Field, and Hanscom Field was surrounded by Concord, Lexington, and Lincoln, Mass, and Bedford. Those four townships, and around the base there. And I used to run. I used to get what they call job, but I was really into running, long distance running and stuff, and I would go down to the monument in Lexington, or else run the back roads. And I actually went through past. There's a road that goes by the pond that supposedly Ralph Waldo Emerson stayed at to get his book there, as far as that, and do all his. It's a very nice area, very expensive up there in the greater Boston area. But his quote in our thought for the day goes as follows: finish each day and be done with it. Yeah, tomorrow is yesterday. I'm done with it. Today, you have done what you could, and we have, because tomorrow, there's always another day tomorrow. And so I think that's a good quote. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. You can't do any more, because today's a new day, so you start over. And I agree. That is a good quote from. He's one of my favorite poets, I guess, or essayists. I love reading his, because very inspirational, and that one for sure is, as far as that goes. So thank you, Mr. Ralph Waldo Emerson, a great American essayist. Let's see, moving to what's the national day today? Today, the national day, we have World Stroke Day for August 29th. Which incidentally, that brings up the part, the update, I think, have you heard about, I'm going to sidetrack off of this, because, did you heard about Matthew Perry, the star from Friends? He passed away 54 after apparent drowning. Excuse me. I had to cough there a little bit. After an apparent drowning, and that was breaking news last night. I was up a little late, and it came across that he passed away. TMZ has a pretty good story of it. I liked him. He was a great guy. He had some issues. He had some problems, some challenges. But some more details are surfacing about the circumstances surrounding Matthew Perry's death, as sources tell us. He actually died at his own house after some physical activity that morning. Apparently, he was in the jacuzzi, and I think he had a heart attack. And he had the heart attack, and so what caused the death? The heart attack or the drowning? If he wasn't in the water, the heart attack might have. We're told Matthew came home sometime yesterday after 2 hours of pickleball, and he sent his assistant out for errands shortly after. We're told when the assistant returned about 2 hours later, he discovered Matthew unresponsive and called 911. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Captain Rehab. Wow, this guy, 54 years old. They were saying last week he was upbeat. He's been sober. Okay, I've seen his interview there with Diane Sawyer and stuff like that. He's trying to get his life, because he was really addicted to the drugs and stuff. But he is one of the Friends stars. Law enforcement sources tell us the anchor was found Saturday at his L.A. home. He owned his home, where we're told he appears to have drowned. Our sources say first responders rushed over on a call for a cardiac arrest. It's unclear where exactly on the ground this happened. And TMZ sources say he was found in the jacuzzi at the home, and we're told there was no drugs found on the scene. So he probably had a heart attack. He was in the jacuzzi. He became subdued to the heart attack when he went under. Whatever was left of life, the drowning probably took heart. We're also told there was no foul play involved. Perry is most famous for his role as Chandler Bing on the hit 90 sitcom, which ran for 10 seasons of Friends. and with him in all 234 episodes. His character was a fan favorite. I love Chandler. Chandler was a great guy as the performance. He's done other movies and stuff like that. So it's a tragedy. It's a shame. Um, Matthew opened up about his painful chapter of his life in a memoir. He had a book out he put out last year where he detailed the struggle he had, including uh, clear weight loss gain on the show. During his press run, Matthew did a number of interviews where he got incredibly emotional, including one with Diane Sawyer. And I remember seeing that one at Diane Sawyer. Okay, the assistant, I'm starting to suspect that this may have been because a professional plum in the library with the candlestick. Okay. Um, but it is a tragedy. Let's see. While Perry appeared to be clean and sober a year ago, the year prior, when he had been casted and the other cast members were plugging the Friends reunion, drew concerns from fans as they felt he appeared unwell at the time, slurring his words, and I remember that too. Um, Matthew, he never married, but he had brief engagement with a couple ladies. He was 54, and at the end of this TMZ article that was posted yesterday at 5:10 p.m. Pacific time, it's R.I.P. Rest in peace. So rest in peace. Too young, 54. I'm 65 for Christ's sakes. That just blows me away. He was a great. I liked him. He was a really funny, upbeat actor. Yeah, R.I.P. Yes, Captain Rehab. Yeah, um, that's something as far as that goes. So I want to get that in. So today is National Stroke Day. Now I'm not going to go with that one. Getting back to the national days, we got National Hermit Day. Nah, National Oatmeal Day. I don't eat oatmeal that much, but I'm gonna go with. I like this one because I have 5 of them. We lost Calvin. We did have 6 cats, but Calvin had some. He was diabetic and he had some issues going on with him that he is no longer with us. But I'm gonna go with National Cat Day for October 29th. Hashtag. What's the hashtag? Hashtag National Cat Day. National Cat Day on October 29th is the preferred day to give great attention to your feline friends. I do that every day here. Shelters are full of cats and kittens, and we know that. We had Jack. One of my dogs passed away 3. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Captain Rehab. Yeah, our Max. I can't have another dog after Max. I mean, it's just. I'm sorry to hear that. 3 weeks. How old was the dog there, Captain Rehab? How many years? Our Max was what? 14. How old was Max? 16. 16. Okay, we had Max for 16 years, and we almost lost him once before there when we first got him. 3 years. 16. Oh, you had. Oh, yours was 6. Yeah, Max. Our Max was 16 years. We just. And we almost lost him after we had him for 3 years because we finally figured that he was diagnosed with Addison's, and he had a couple ACL incidents on both his rear legs, and the steroid finally caught up with him after 6. But we had him for 16 years, which is a lot longer than what we thought with the condition he was in. And then most recently here we lost Calvin. Calvin we only had for 8 years, and we still think of him. He's just. He was a lug nut. He was a lug nut. He was the only cat that came out when we have a visitor or people over and stuff like that, and then the others would follow. He was a big. I called him the Big Panther. He was a lug nut. He was comical. I loved playing with him. But Lucy and Calvin, Bug, Dora, and Murdoch. Those 5 cats, we took them in. The missus rescued them, and after a week I said they're part of the family now, and I've never looked back. Shelters are full of cats and kittens in need of forever homes. These fur babies come as many personality, and they do. I see it every day, as they do colors and coats. They curl into our hearts, and we'll just and they become part of the family. Yeah, R.I.P. Calvin. Thank you, Captain Rehab. Yeah, he lives on. Our animal and our Max. Max, God, he was our baby, and then the cats, they just fill the void and stuff. I think I don't know. You get you put so much emotion. I've talked about this before. So today I'm going to say it's National Cat Day, as far as that goes, and so hashtag National Cat Day. Let's see. 32 minutes. Okay, we can go for another 30 minutes here as far as that goes. And we're not getting anybody here in the broadcast, Captain Rehab. Is that because you're in the broadcast here? No, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm glad to have you here, Captain Rehab. Let's see here. What do we have? We don't really have too many people. Laugh my yeah. You're always welcome here in the comments and stuff like that, because I love your comments on other people's broadcasts. They're really really funny and stuff like that. You keep the broadcaster on their toes. That's my takeaway with you. You did it back in the Haps days. You're doing it now. That's freaking great as far as that goes. So just keep on doing what you're doing, sir. Yes, it is funny. I love it. I get a chuckle, and I know other broadcasters do and stuff like that, and that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I'm trying. You know what I imagine you probably get some. Excuse me. You probably get some static from other broadcasters, but you're always welcome here with your with the I would say very good humor, and as far as that goes, because I remember watching you live. Are you still the condo manager? I think you did some. What do they call it? Condo or condo representative for the community, for the people living there. I know you talked about that pretty extensively. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. That means a lot, Captain Reamp. Yeah. But you were trying to do some good things where you lived and stuff like that. But it seemed like you had a lot of sticks in the mud. I just remember that from the Haps days and stuff. Let me clear my throat again. Jack back there is nah, I got out of that. Was causing me too much stress and help. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you were pretty passionate about it and stuff like that, and it's just one of those things. You got good ideas, but the other people, they just can't. They're not forward thinking as far as that goes. So that's probably the best thing. You try to do the best you could do to help out other people, but they just like I said, a bunch of sticks in the mud. So you just their loss as far as that goes. That's the thing when you try and offer help and people don't accept it. It's sort of frustrating. I've been there as far as certain, especially as a first responder or EMT first responder when I was in the service, and even when I got out of the service, you have those people that just, oh no, I don't want any help. I don't want any help. Yeah, sometimes doing the right thing isn't the right thing for you. It sucks. Yeah, it does. Because I can't. You if you're that type of person that wants to help, no matter what it is across the board, that is frustrating. It is. I can, and I could see your frustration in your broadcast there. So why don't you don't broadcast on Twitch or elsewhere, do you? It's just Haps was just the happening thing for you at the time and stuff like that. So as far as that goes, so let's see here. We got an ad in 4 minutes. I think during that, when that ad comes up, I'm going to take a break and get a cup of coffee as far as that goes, or refresh, because I'm about halfway. I've got about a third of a cup left. I think we can go for another half an hour here as far as that goes. This Tuesday, just to give a heads up and a programming note, I won't be doing my the FiremanRich audio podcast. I will be doing, I think, 17 October. So last Tuesday, so the 31st, the last day of the week, I'll be doing a Tioga Radio Show broadcast and posted up over there on mixcloud.com, Richard M / Richard M Roberts. That's where I'm posting the radio stations where I play the Want to Be Radio DJ. We're only getting 1 or 2 hits on the broadcast. It's not. I know Helen, and I saw Helen before going to bed. I saw Helen was going, and let me. What do I got here? I know I got it. Oh, okay. Helen, she broadcast last night. I guess it was her anniversary. There's Helen. She Radio Leggy, and she is Leggy Lady 01 here on Twitch. Give her a plug. She does Jukebox Judy, and she does a broadcast. She shows her broadcast. She does a Twitch broadcast. She's very astute and knowledgeable about music, and she puts it together and she puts it out there on Radio 365 that I listen to on what is that? I always have to go to the phone here. What is that app? Radio Garden. Yeah, Radio Garden. It's over there in the UK. She actually pre-records a radio show. And let me just clear all this stuff. Yeah, they got the news is breaking about Matthew Perry and stuff like that. Hey, my good friend. Let me get your card. I got to get your card before I say your name here. I got to promote this individual. This is my good friend, podcaster extraordinaire, Ed Waters. Ed, would you like to come up for a few? I can send you a link to be on Guest Stars. It's going to come via Twitter. Let's see. Can I invite you? Let's see. How do I do that? I'm going to send you a link. If you take it, go ahead and bring it up. I want to bring. He's probably saying, "Why aren't you using futon?" Right? I can hear you saying that. Let's see, how do I get back to my invitations here? Okay, I got to figure this out now. How do I figure this out? There's the chat. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, let me do invite. Plug him in the queue, and there, I got to add you to my favorites here too. And I sent you an invitation there, Ed. If you want to come up, if you want to cam up, this is on Twitch Guest Stars. I would appreciate, because that's one of the reasons I want to bring you up here, because okay, just look over here on your Twitch, and you'll see the little envelope. That's where the invitation is. I'm only gonna be on for another 30 minutes because I got to get ready. Well, 10:30. Yeah, 10:30. So we got an hour. we got plenty of time. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm clearing my throat. Yeah, just look up in your the little envelope. That's where the link should be. And we're waiting for Ed to see if he's going to try. There's a learning curve to this. I see you in the thing. It's waiting for guests to connect. So you just have to activate that link and I can bring you up. Ed Waters is he is the host and proprietor of the podcast Dead America. I've known Ed since the old Get Dialogue days, and that's got to be well over almost 10 years now, as far as that goes. And so I don't know if you can see it, Ed. Up here, there's going to be a little envelope. And if you're not, it's early because Ed's out there on the West Coast, so it's still early for him over there, as far as that goes. You just got to click on the link. It's similar to what you would do on Restream, StreamYards, and Flutin. Ed Waters gifted me the platform, his life membership, because he doesn't use it anymore, and I played with it as far as a platform called Flutin. And we're still waiting for Ed. Let's see. Stream Together only supports Chrome and Firefox for now. We are expanding access to more. Oh, okay. So you're not on. Yeah, you got to be on Chrome. I'm sorry. I should have told you that. I'm sorry. I don't know about Firefox. I know Chrome. It's just I know when it was guest stars. It's changed now. It used to be guest stars. Now it's called Streaming Together. So you're on a different browser. That's okay. We could save it for another time there, Ed, and stuff. I need to change browsers first, I guess, if you want. But I don't want to inconvenience you and stuff like that. If it's not ready, we can. But I'm going to be on for another 30 minutes. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do a break right here. And if you're in the queue, I'll be right back. I want to get a cup of coffee. I want to refresh my coffee here, as far as that goes. And let's see, what do we got here? I need to change browsers first. Okay, yeah, I got that part. Let's see. We will be right back. And we are back. We're back. We got the last cup of coffee here for the second half here. Let's see. Did Ed try here? Let's see. Waiting for. Okay, so he didn't try. Okay, I need to change browser first, I guess. Yeah, we'll try it next time there, Ed. I got to remember that when. I'm still calling it guest stars, but it's they've changed it. It's now called Streaming Together on Twitch, where you can bring people up, as far as that goes, and such. So let's see. Let's get back here. We'll just have that set, and so I'm not sure if that is if let's see we. Let's see. We got another roll there. Okay, we're just gonna move on with the broadcast here as far as that goes, and let's see. Played catch up here on the Surface 3 just stalled out a little bit as far as that goes, so we'll just go ahead and refresh that. So let's see. So this Tuesday, get back on track here, we will be doing the Tauga radio show. Where I've been doing that for a number of years. I like doing that. I like that's my contributions to radios and the radio thing and stuff. Oh, this coffee's good. I gotta get some I gotta try and get a shower and get some breakfast here before getting on Tony's broadcast there, and and such. Let's see. So we can change this back to the comments down here. Okay, that's the toggle to go back and forth on the guest stars screen. Okay, so we'll keep it on the chat. I want to see something. Let me see if I do this. Let me push this. Does that push my? No, that doesn't push anything. There's a little tab in my particular window. It says include camera in group output, and I'll just go ahead. I'm actually using guest stars / streaming together. That's what Twitch is calling it now. I'm using the virtual cam. You have to use virtual cam on OBS, and my OBS is working flawlessly, even with the little dip that we had earlier, drop frames. I can't complain now. This is just stellar as far as being able to present this picture, this ugly mug, knucklehead of a picture, 720p at 60 frames per second. And I lowered the KBS baud rate. I had it up to like 5500, and I dropped it down, I think, to 4500. And that was the ticket to have a more stable broadcast as far as that goes. Let's see. In our history for today, let's go ahead and check that out. Good news history. What do we have? Let's see. Mozart's opera Donna Giovanni was first performed in Prague in 1787. I don't like opera. I used to know somebody on X/Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, that liked opera. I tried to listen to it. It's just like, really? Let's see. John Glenn, aboard Space Shuttle Discovery, became the oldest person to go into space at age 77 years old in 1978. I remember that. God bless you. Godspeed, John Glenn. Great American astronaut. Let's see. The European Union leaders signed the UE's first constitution back in 2004. And on this day, 81 years ago, Bob Ross. You know who Bob Ross is? If you watched a lot of PBS, you know who he is. The famous television painter was born. Bob Ross hosted The Joy of Painting on, let's see, what do we got here? Oh, Tim Fan. There's Tim. He just sent his very good. I got to respond back to Tim here. Very good, sir. We're starting to be concerned. Very good, sir. He probably knows that we're broadcasting right now. Very good, sir. Let me respond to Tim because he's been MIA. I've been wondering because I didn't see him on the Wednesday broadcast or the Thursday or Friday broadcast. Let's see. Very good. And if he pops in here, he pops in here. He might be. Just tell them why I'm on Twitch now. We're sort of messaging here on the thing here, so I'm on Twitch now. So let's see if Ed says, it looks like next time, Rich, I have no phone this morning to verify. There's that verify. See, that's a change. I had somebody that wanted to come up Friday when I had this, and I have the phone verification turned. That's a Twitch thing. That's on the Twitch side. I'm sorry to say that, Ed, because who was going to come up Friday? I think Helen was, or somebody was. I forget who. Oh no, you know what? Who was it? It sucks. Yeah, that's a Twitch side because I checked. I know um Friday morning broadcast. I wanted to bring somebody up, but they said they had to have a phone verification. So I went into the backstage of Twitch, and where was that at? That was in settings. I think it was in moderation. Yeah, right here. It says email verification is off. Phone verification, phone numbers verification is off. So I have it off. So it's on the Twitch side. I think it's because they want to know who comes into this using the guest stars slash because what we just had an update this last week, and hello, how's it going, Rich from Seb, first time chatter. Hey Seb, thank you for being here. Good morning. And I think that's what it is. I'm afraid to say, so. If you want to verify, that's your choice. But I just wanted to explain that because that's on the Twitch side. I have no control in that because I'm looking at my settings. I have email verification and phone verification as far as on my channel off. But I think when using guest stars, Twitch wants to have that for some reason. Because I don't think this came out of beta yet, but it's gotten a lot better. I tried using this on the old computer boxes, the PCs. It was crap because I didn't have enough strength. I've got like 32 gig of RAM. I've got a graphic, and that was the other thing. In the OBS, I started utilizing that. I thought I had the graphic card turned on, but it didn't turn on. It's okay. I will try to catch you next. Yeah, okay. You always have an open welcome to come up, Ed, because I'm trying to put this in my repertoire. Now, fluting. Like I said, Ed gifted me, and I really appreciate that, Ed. Fluting. The last time I used it, I tried bringing Tony D up. You can turn that light on if you want. Okay. Tony D up as far as bringing him up, and he tried to bring me up, and I think I told you about that. Might have to catch you tomorrow. Oh, okay. Okay. That was just our good friend. Okay, Tim. Okay, Tim. Let me respond back to Tim. Okay, Tim. No problem. Okay, Tim. No problem, sir. No problem. Okay. At least I know Tim's doing all right because I was getting a little concerned. He sent his baseball or football picks. I hope they get it fixed. Well, like I said to Ed, I think it's just because this is new for Twitch, and Twitch has a little bit of a control thing, so it's their sandbox. But I just want to make it clear, I do not have. I know Tony D, as a broadcaster, when he started broadcasting, he would have phone verification on, and I can't. I don't want to verify my phone. I refuse. There's certain things I will now, as far as that goes, but for people's broadcasts, no, I'm not going to verify my phone number. As far as I'm not sure where that data goes. I was talking about. I hope it gets. Oh, on the flute. I hope so too because I liked using that platform. I'm still going to play around with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm having fun with that. I'm just seeing. That's the only thing. And plus, the only other thing, and Twitch works fine. Yeah, but the thing is. The thing about fluting, that type of program, it's like Restream. Excuse me for a minute. I had to clear my throat here this morning. Get some more coffee. Fluting, Ed, fluting is like Restream. And what I like about Restream, that's the only one of those platforms, like fluting, EVMux, StreamYards. Restream is the only one that goes to Twitch or to Twitter X/Twitter. Here, let me try this. Got a cloggy throat this morning here. But the thing about X/Twitter is if you're live streaming on that platform, you can't get comments unless you have the blue check mark. That sucks. But you can still get on Twitter. So fluting, it just, I guess I look at it too, Ed, the the distance we've traveled since even going back to the I love dialogue. I wish dialogue for those people watching. Me and Ed met on dialogue, and if you look at Twitter Spaces and Apple's Clubhouse, that's not new. Me and Ed were doing that back on Get Dialogue years back. Remember that? That Get Dialogue was a great. It was a beta, web-based platform from a group of people out of Toronto. They must have sold it to Twitter back in the day there, or Apple, because Apple started to come out now. Now Periscope, you would have the broadcast and that you could bring up three guests in an audio format. I thought that was, but look at the way we traveled, you know. And I'm going back to the Blab days, you know, Blab. That's my Blab owl. And then we had Haps. We had Periscope and Haps. And before all those, we had Meerkat. I was just looking at Meerkat. I was a little scared getting on it. I was a little scared. I can remember looking at it. So what am I looking at? This is different. And then all those platforms. Big changes for sure. Exactly, Ed. Big changes for sure. Exactly. And that's what makes this stuff so interesting. Just to finish out on Bob Ross here. Bob Ross became famous for many of his phrases such as happy little trees and we don't make mistakes, only happy accidents. Bob Ross joined the Air Force as a high school dropout. He eventually attained the rank of Master Sergeant, which was one rank more than me, which often meant screaming at people. The guy who makes you scrub the latrine, the guy who makes you make your bed. I wonder if he was a TI. That sounds like he was a training instructor at Lackland. The guy who screamed at being late for work, he once said, on base in Alaska, which was probably Elmendorf, he saw a painting program called The Magic of Oil Painting, in which Bob Alexander was teaching, or at the first style of painting. And he's a great guy. There's people that still watch him. So that's our history there on that side. Oh, happy 76th birthday to Richard Dreyfuss. I like Richard Dreyfuss. He's an all right guy. The actor known for his role Jaws, American Graffiti, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and The Goodbye Girl, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Actor back in 1977. That was the year I graduated. And let's see. And let's see. What do we have on the AP side? So that's good. I felt this. Let's see. Might have to catch it tomorrow. My phone's acting up. Have it down. Have to download. Okay, he must have got a new phone. That's Tim Fan 40 for those people watching on the replay on Rumble and YouTube. He's a regular here. He's a great guy. He's a good guy. He's a contractor out there in Michigan, a hard-working contractor. So we took care of the email. That's interesting. That you were the second one, Ed, that couldn't come up. So and let's see. In 1618, Sir Walter Raleigh, the English courtier, military advisor, and poet, was executed in London for treason. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. We talked about the opera. In 1891, actor, comedian, and singer Fanny Brice was born. How come that name sounds familiar? I have to check that out. In 1940, a blindfolded Secretary of War, Henry L. Stemson, drew the first number, 158, from a glass bowl in America's first peacetime military draft, and that was for World War II. 1956, during the Suez Canal crisis, Israel invaded Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, and now they're going into Gaza. But I think they have more justification than I don't know. People say, yeah, they've been doing that for years and stuff like that. But you just mentioned Hamas. It's a whole different story with Hamas. as far. But then again, they'll decide. I guess I don't know. It's just I don't like seeing people killed on either side. It's just like we talked about John Glenn, and let's see. Let's see, and we have a new Speaker of the House. But back in 2015, Paul Ryan was elected the 54th Speaker of the. I bet you he didn't have the problems they had that we had most recently, in our Congress there. That's as far as that goes. So that's the history. Last night we did have the World Series is going on. I'm not watching any of it. I'm just following in the box scores. But currently, let's see, after 3 games. Or no, 2 games. Let's see, they had a game Friday. Rangers won that, and then the Diamondbacks came back yesterday. So game 3 is today. So they're tied 1-1, okay? And they're in Arizona for game 3. They'll be in game 4. So it's a best of 7. So it's tied up right now. So. The cat's acting up?
Well, we just had a snack and they want more.
Because it's National Cat Day today.
Oh.
The cats are acting up. Canadian football. We have, let's see, the Argonauts, they beat the Redbacks last night, 27-22. That's a close game there. And the Tiger Cats. Oh, okay, they finished their 21st week. Okay, the Tiger Cats beat the Alouettes, Alouettes, or how do you pronounce that? Alouettes. That was a close game too, 20-22. Oh no, last night the Argonauts beat the Redbacks, 27-22. The Blue Bombers, man, they killed the Stampeders. So in the divisional finals, it's going to be the Tiger Cats and the Alouettes, and the Stampeders and Lions. Oh, that's the divisional finals. They got to figure out who's going to come in second on the divisions, because the divisional winners, they're already in the finals. The Argonauts for the Toronto team and the Blue Bombers. And then the Grey Cup is on November 17th next month, which we're going to be going to. And of course, today is, let's see, how's that broadcast going? Okay, yeah. You can see the chat is coming up here too. So I have the chat over in pose, but it's behind me. We do have football today, as far as that goes. And let's see what we got here. What we got for football? We do have, it is Sunday, so we have football, and I do have beer in the fridge. I didn't think we had beer, but I had to look down the next shelf, and there's the beer. So I'm going to have a couple beers this afternoon watching some football. Thursday night football, Buffalo Bills beat the Broncos, and the one game I want to watch, it's at 1 o'clock, and that's the Jets Giants. The Jets are favored, but I'm just going to say go Giants go. I think that's going to be an upset right there. And then we have the Jaguars against the Steelers. I think I picked the Steelers on that. The Eagles, that's Captain Rehab's team. Go Eagles. Beating the Commanders. Cowboys over the Rams. I picked the Rams. I picked the Cowboys. Vikings and Packers at 1. I picked the Vikings. Falcons over the Titans. I think I picked the Falcons. Dolphins over the Patriots. I picked the Dolphins, but I want the Dolphins to lose, because then the Buffalo Bills in the division, they go up 1. Saints and Colts, I think I picked the Colts. Texans and Panthers, I picked the Texan. Rangers. Browns and Seahawks, I know I picked the Seahawks because I always pick the Seahawks at home. Let's see, we have an ad in 4 minutes and 54 seconds. And let's see, Bengals and 49ers. I picked the Bengals. That's my upset game right there. And then Chiefs and Broncos, of course. The Broncos beat the Chiefs. That's a big upset right there. I picked the Chiefs. That's a 4 o'clock game. Bengals and 49ers at 4 o'clock. Browns and Seahawks a 4 o'clock game. Ravens and Cardinals. I picked the Ravens. That's a 4:25 game. The Bears. I know Tim picked the Bears. That's tonight against the Chargers. I picked the Bear. No, did I pick the Chargers? I'm not sure. And then the Lions hosting the Raiders. I picked the Lions for Monday night. So that's our week 8 of 18. And of course, we'll be talking about more football on Tony D's broadcast at 10:30, which is in about another hour. So we're going to have to wrap up this broadcast here because we've been on for an hour. And as far as that goes, and I can get ready for that broadcast as far as that goes. So check out Tony D here on Twitch as far as that goes. And let's see. Can I do that this way? Yeah, I guess I can do that this way. Okay. And we're at an hour and 7 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left for this broadcast. I want to say, yeah, we'll go with that outro. I want to say thank you to Captain Rehab for being in the comments. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated of you being here, Captain Rehab. I want to say thank you to our very good friend, Ed Waters of Dead America out there in Oregon. He's the podcaster, host of Dead America. Thank you, Ed. Thank you for trying for the guest stars. Appreciate it. Well, we'll try it another time. Too great, and thank you for being here and taking part in the broadcast this Sunday morning. Thank you to first-time chatter, Seb C. Seiko. Thank you for being here as far as that goes. And I want to say thank you for those that are watching on the Twitch channel and also watching Twitch replay. Thank you very much. The numbers are decent. Or no, they're more than decent. They're good. They're not too much, not too little. They're just right. And if you're watching this on my Rumble channel or YouTube, thank you very much on those replay watches over there. But I am Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, wishing you all well on this Sunday, October 29th, 2023. We're finishing up the month here. We got 2 more days and we start a new month. But we'll be broadcasting tomorrow morning right here on Twitch for the at 5:45 local, thereabouts, Eastern time. So you all have a great one. Have a great Sunday and live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks.